no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Fighter like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending.
This is your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. If someone told you they were going to rob 7 banks, and he listed which ones, he was like this one, etc. Then over the coming years, he did indeed rob most of those banks. And then one day you're walking with him past one of the few banks he hasn't robbed, and he goes, "You and I have to rob this bank." Not to steal the money, but because the money is actually a bomb that's made to look like money, and so we have to grab it and bring it back to my place. Not to steal the money, just to help the people that are going to die from the bomb. That's why we have to do it. Would you believe him? Well, that's the problem with the U.S. government telling us it's now time to bomb the shit out of Syria. And here's the thing. It's not that I know what happened with chemical weapons in Syria, and it's not that I think President Assad is a lovely chap who enjoys cucumber sandwiches and patting little bunny rabbits on the back of their heads. It's simply that General Wesley Clark told us that the White House and the Pentagon have had ongoing plans to invade or otherwise dismantle 7 countries. Here's a clip from the video.
I just got this memo from the Secretary of Defense's office that says we're going to attack and destroy the governments in 7 countries in 5 years. We're going to start with Iraq, and then we're going to move to Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Iran. I couldn't believe it would really be true, but that's actually what happened.
That's kind of damning, right? And something tells me Mr. Wesley Clark wouldn't have been so forthcoming if he had won his bid for the presidency a few years back. The other reason I'm opposed to jumping on board the old idea of bombing to save the day is because I can't picture a time we've ever done that in the past 60 years. Do we ever just bomb to save the day in a place that doesn't have some major oil interest? It's like a lifeguard who says he's there to save people's lives, but then he just ends up doing mouth-to-mouth on all the hot chicks, whether they need it or not. Meanwhile, they're hairy, obese men drowning left and right, whole piles of ugly dudes lost to the deadly activity of amateur swimming. And at some point, you gotta be like, I don't think that lifeguard is really here to save the day. And I don't think bombing Syria has anything to do with saving people. Neither does former NATO Supreme Allied Commander, General Wesley Clark.
It was a pretty stunning thing. You mean the purpose of the military is to start wars and change governments? It's not to sort of deter conflict? We're going to invade countries? And, you know, my mind was spinning.
Years ago, a man named L. Ron Hubbard said the real way to make $1 million is to start a religion. He then went on to start a religion. He founded Scientology, which believes Tom Cruise is the Virgin Mary and Will Smith is the burning bush. But L. Ron Hubbard didn't claim he started the religion for money. He claimed he did it because it's the true religion. Do you believe him? I should fucking hope not. So why do we believe the White House and Congress when they say we now need to go to war with Syria to save the day? Believing that makes Scientology seem downright sensible. It's our ability to not go to war that defines us as men and women of moral principle. Going to war is easy. It's what we do. It's what we train for. It's what we spend most of our money on here in America. It's our default position, like weighted dice landing on 7, like Simon Cowell or Jamie Dimon sucking the devil's dick. And what do you know? We landed on war again. What are the odds? You see, if you're a rageaholic and you spend all day, every day figuring out how to be a better fighter, then not fighting is a huge achievement. That's been your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. The music now is Dance to the War by my friends in the band Hyrosonic. Their link will be in the description, as will the link to the Wesley Clark video if you want to check that out. Look up the hashtag #NoWarWithSyria to learn more about where protests are happening in your city. I know I'll be at a protest tomorrow. Maybe I'll run into you. And don't forget to share this video if you think it's important. Keep fighting.
it what you like. Say the numbers make the death tolls look too high, but two things that never change even if you try. It's the shit still stinks and the numbers don't